Hello Booktube and welcome to my bookshelves. Today I'm going to run down my favourite top 10 Agatha Christie novels. Now Agatha Christie wrote 66 detective novels plus short stories plus a few romances, but this is my top 10. So coming in at number 10 on my list is Murder at the Vicarage. This is set in the village of St Mary Mead, and the whole village is shocked when the body of Colonel Prothero is discovered murdered in the study of the local vicar. This has all the classic whodunit elements: an unlikable victim, lots of suspicious suspects, and an amateur sleuth who is always one step ahead of the police. Now, this was first published in 1930 and is the first to feature Miss Marple. Number 9 on my list is Dead Man's Folly. Now, this is set in that most English settings, the village fete. And Ariadne Oliver has organised a murder hunt game, and with the help of Hercule Poirot, reluctantly, the game gets underway. But when the young actress who is playing the part of the body is discovered actually murdered, Hercule Poirot has to put all of his little grey cells together to discover the murderer. Now, Ariadne Oliver is a wonderful, wonderful character and is based quite blatantly on Agatha Christie herself. Ariadne Oliver is a murder mystery writer who has created a series of books with a Finnish detective with a name that's quite hard to pronounce, even though that she herself knows nothing about Finland, which sounds remarkably like a Belgian creation. Number 8 is The Body in the Library, the most copied, parodied, cliched type of detective novel. Similar to Murder at the Vicarage, a body is found in someone's house, this time in the library of a country house. Only this time, the identity of the victim is unknown, a young blonde girl, and it falls to Miss Marple to untangle the threads and work out A, who the victim is, and B, who murdered her. Number 7 on my Agatha Christie list is The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. Now, when this was first published in 1926, it divided the critics. Some accused her of cheating and pulling the wool over the reader's eyes, while others praised her creativity and originality. The story is narrated by the local doctor. When Roger Ackroyd is discovered murdered, it falls to Hercule Poirot to interrogate the family and work out what happened. And the ending is shocking, original, but Agatha Christie never cheats, and the clues are there for the observant reader. Number 6 on my Agatha Christie top 10 is The Mysterious Affair at Styles. Now, this is Agatha Christie's first novel, and here she introduces all of the elements that she would use again and again. Her clever plotting, her knowledge of poisons, and a list of suspects. In this one, Hastings is recuperating after the war at Styles, a country house, when the owner of the house is murdered in her sleep, and suspicion falls on her new husband. Hastings remembers that in the village he has come across his old friend, a Belgian detective, and enlists his help. Number 5, and this is the first Agatha Christie novel that I ever read, and it is The Sitterford Mystery. Now, I was given this when I was at college. At the time I was reading Stephen King's, James Herbert, Dean Koontz, sort of horror, macabre stuff. And my friend thought I'd like this. The book opens with a séance, which is why she thought I'd like it. And the Ouija board spells out that Colonel Trevelyan has been murdered. Obviously, they go and check up on him, and sure enough, when they go to his house, they discover his body. This book doesn't feature any of the recurring characters, and the detective is a young woman called Emily, whose boyfriend is arrested for the murder. Originally published in 1931, this book is called Murder at Hazelmoor in America. So, in my top 4, at number 4, Murder on the Orient Express. Now I don't need to say too much about this. The recent film was absolutely brilliant. I was a bit worried about Kenneth Branagh playing Poirot. I mean, anyone in the UK would have grown up with the David Suchet TV series. And Kenneth Branagh, although a great actor, I was a little worried about which direction he'll take it, but he was very, very convincing. Published in 1934, Poirot is returning home on the Orient Express when he gets stuck in a snowdrift, and then it is discovered that one of the passengers has been brutally stabbed in his cabin overnight. So my top 3 Agatha Christie novels. At number 3, Evil Under the Sun. Poirot is on holiday on an island on just off the south coast of England. Also present are the usual cast of characters, tourists, and tension in the air. When a young woman is found on the beach dead, Hercule Poirot must untangle a complicated love affair. This one is great because the setting is so vivid, and the puzzle and the solution is superb, but not quite as superb as my top 2. So coming in at number 2, And Then There Were None. Probably her most famous novel. In this, 10 characters are invited to an island by a mysterious host. None of them know each other before they arrive, and they discover that the host has failed to arrive, and one by one the guests are murdered in bizarre, unique ways. So who is their mysterious host? Is there anyone else on the island? Will anyone be left alive at the end of the book? This book is ingenious and probably her best plotted book. This one ticks all the boxes. A feeling of claustrophobia and danger, great characters, riddles and twists and turns on every page. But it is pipped to the number 1 spot by Death on the Nile, my favourite Agatha Christie book. The setting is in Egypt, a place Agatha Christie knew well, having married an archaeologist. Poirot again is on holiday, taking a cruise down the Nile this time, when one of the guests on the riverboat is murdered. And just like Murder on the Orient Express, there has to be somebody on board. Now this book is amazingly plotted, and I reread this one recently, and rereading it knowing the ending, the clues are all there if you're clever enough, but they're so well hidden, and so many red herrings as well. The setting of the background of Egypt is so well drawn, so well painted, that you can almost believe you're there. And her solution, probably one of her best. So if you're new to Agatha Christie, I would recommend this or any of my top 10 to start with. So that's my top 10. Have you read any of those Agatha Christies? Do you agree? Do you disagree with me? Let me know in the comments below, and thank you for watching.